Hello and welcome to the Pretty Good Gaming Daily Triple. That's your no shit gaming news video. 3 news stories in one video with 0 faff. China is no stranger to censorship, especially when it comes to things critical of the nation's regime. Last year saw the huge Free Hong Kong controversy spill over into gaming as Hearthstone player Blitzchung used his spotlight to express his political leanings. Back then, Blizzard, who is partially owned by Chinese megacorporation Tencent, took steps to censor and punish him, which brought a lot of heat to the company. The latest version of this story, however, comes from a much more innocent game, Animal Crossing New Horizons. You know, that game that launched last month and is about building a wholesome community of adorable little anthropomorphic animals? Yeah, that one? That family-friendly game is not technically available in China as it is yet to be approved by China's regulatory bodies, but it can still be purchased through sites offering imported copies. Sites like Taobao and Pinduoduo are similar to sites like eBay and have had their store listings removed at the request of the Chinese government. According to games industry analyst Daniel Ahmad, the game has been pulled due to the use of pro-Hong Kong messaging by some of its users, along with other politically sensitive content. And because the game is so popular, it has a lot of eyes on it, meaning that even the corporate robots at the top have become aware of it. Since the Peroni Plague has made it all but impossible for pro-Hong Kong demonstrations to go ahead, protesters have taken to gathering online and creating signs within Animal Crossing. Pulling the game from these online storefronts will only go so far to stop the spread of this heretical pro-Hong Kong message.
And so, as a blasphemer, you are to be stoned to death.
Imported Nintendo Switch consoles can still gain access to the Nintendo Online eShop, and the game can still be played offline in single player. Chinese law stipulates that video games in the country cannot threaten China's national unity, sovereignty, international integrity, reputation, security, or interests. They are forbidden to harm public ethics or China's cultural traditions and can only be published in China by a Chinese publisher, the largest of which is, of course, Tencent. They also cannot promote cults, superstitions, or incite obscenity, drug use, violence, or gambling. Loot boxes get a free pass though, right? Of course they do. I mean, it's not like they're gambling and studies literally so it can lead. I don't have the energy for that rant right now, but I'm sure one of you kind viewers will take the burden from me in the comments. Go on, do me a favour. Is this just a nation defending its national sovereignty, or is it stifling freedom of expression? And next up, if you like Naughty Dog's past work, The Last of Us Part 2 will probably be a really good game whenever it ends up releasing, but it has been no stranger to controversy. From multiple delays to criticisms of workplace crunch to not continuing the popular Factions multiplayer mode, the game has had a rocky run over the past few months, especially as fans have been given little to sink their teeth into. Arguably, the most controversial move the game has made was to have Ellie's sexual orientation overtly present in the first gameplay trailer. Standard criticisms of SJW agenda pushing naturally ensued, and in every video we put up about The Last of Us, someone makes that oh so original joke about it being lesbian zombie simulator. Come on guys, you could do better than that. New life might be breathed into those criticisms if a new rumor is to be believed, so if you don't want any potential spoilers, skip this section. Bear in mind that this leak originates from a now deleted 4chan post, so is about as trustworthy as Joel.
I swear.
Here's your final spoiler warning, just in case any of this is true, you have been warned. The leaker claims to be an immediate family member of one of the Naughty Dog team, and alleges that the story will focus on a radical religious homophobic cult. An important point to note is that the 4chan post actually makes no reference to this cult being specifically Christian, and this is just an affectation by Pink News, which is the outlet that first broke the story. We've seen cultists in several of the game's trailers, and these are members of a group known as the Seraphites, so this rumor does ring somewhat true. Despite no specific religions being mentioned, the leak says the Seraphites don't like gays because it's a sin, and they consider themselves angels cleansing the wasteland, so make of that what you will. We've also been told before that the game is all about Ellie's one-woman revenge mission, so again, this may hold some truth. In an article posted by VG247 about the story, the rumor is proving to be very, very controversial, regardless of whether or not it's actually true. So if you want to entertain yourself, I definitely recommend following the link down in the description. So what do you think? Is this a bold narrative choice in the face of clear criticism? Is it just more SJW pandering, or is it all bollocks? Interestingly, The Last of Us Remastered has entered the charts at number 10, which is a very nice segue into the next segment. Acquiring physical games has been more difficult than usual over the past few weeks, but that hasn't stopped 2 of the biggest games of the year selling really well. Capcom's Resident Evil 3 remake has reportedly sold more than 2 million copies, both physical and digital, within the first 5 days of release. The lifetime sales of the 1999 original accumulated 3.5 million, so the remake still has a ways to go yet, and the Resident Evil 2 remake reached 6.5 million units shipped shipped in its lifetime. Resi 3 debuted at number 2 on the UK physical sales charts in its launch week, but slumped to 7th in the second week. Please note that these figures may not be representative of the game's normal performance, since physical retail has been hit hard by the Peroni plague, while digital is actually booming. This year's other major remake of a classic, Final Fantasy VII, has also performed really well and debuted at number 1 on the physical charts. However, it sold half the physical units shifted by Final Fantasy XV, which launched free from a global pandemic and during Christmas season. However, it did manage to double the amount of physical sales made by Resident Evil 3, so it's not a total slump. And that's it for today. If you enjoyed this no shit format, go ahead and give the video a like to give it a boost, hit subscribe and the bell if you want to stay up to date on all future installments, toss a coin to your YouTuber over at patreon.com/prettygoodgaming. I've been Henry Cooper, that's all for today, bye for now.